In this video, we're going to talk about 1.1 Objective 6, where we find and simplify a function's difference quotient. This is a really important skill to bring back from pre-calculus because we're going to be using it quite a bit here in Calculus 1. So let's go ahead and get started. Our original function here, f of x, is 4x minus 2. We want to find f of x plus h. 4 times x plus h minus 2 is 4x plus 4h minus 2. We're going to plug that into f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h is going to be 4x plus 4h minus 2 minus 4x minus 2 over h. F of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. It's going to be 4x plus 4h minus 2 minus 4x plus 2 over h. Subtract the 4x's off. 2 minus 2 is 0. F of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. It's going to be 4h divided by h. Part of the definition of the difference quotient is that h is not allowed to be 0. So that will make a 1 when it simplifies. And my answer here is 4. I'm going to be clearing the whiteboard rather quickly after problems because I'm going to be going through 17 problems, some of them multiple parts. So if you need more time to write down what's on the whiteboard, go ahead and pause the video between problems. But I'm going to give just a few seconds so you have a clear view before I clear the whiteboard. So there we go. This next one is f of x is equal to 4x squared. So we have f of x plus h. It's that. Just 4 times, and I'll do this one time, and then I will do this again when we get squares. I'm going to show you this isn't always all the time thing. Hopefully you know your perfect square trinomial formula, but if not, I'm going to do it the long way this first time. So we know that because a plus b squared is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, that x plus h quantity squared is going to be x squared plus 2xh plus h squared. Just substitute x for the a and h for the b. Like that. So f of x plus h minus my original f of x divided by h is going to be 4x squared plus 8xh plus 4h squared minus 4x squared over h. So this is f of x plus h minus f of x over h is going to be h times 8x plus 4h over h. H's cancel and leave me with 8x plus 4h. All right. Let's go to the next one here. F of x is going to be equal to 3x squared minus 8x plus 1. They specifically asked me to find f of x plus h separately here since it's a larger problem. So there's your f of x plus h. that goes in the first blank here. Okay, from that, we're going to subtract the original. So minus f of x, change all the signs on the original, line them up with their like terms. You get f of x plus h minus f of x is going to be 6xh plus 3h squared minus 8h. And then when we divide by h, just divide everything by h. Works just as well as factoring. That's h there, f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h is 6x plus 3h minus 8. Okay, let's keep going. This next one, f of x, is equal to 4x squared minus 3x plus 1. So f of x plus h is 4 times x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 3x minus 3h plus 1. So f of x plus h is 4x squared plus 8xh plus 4h squared minus 3x minus 3h plus 1. And we're going to subtract our original f of x. F of x plus h minus f of x is equal to 8xh plus 4h squared minus 3h. I'm going to divide by h. Get 8x plus 4h minus 3. Eight x plus 4h minus 3. All right, let's clear this. Next one's going to be a rational function, where f of x is equal to 17 over x. F of x plus h is going to be 17 over x plus h. When I subtract them, I'm going to have a subtraction of fractions here that I'm going to have to make a common denominator. So f of x plus h minus f of x is equal to multiply this one by x over x and this one by x plus h over x plus h. Gives me 17x minus 17x minus 17h over x times x plus h. F of x plus h minus f of x divided by h is going to be a negative 17h over x times x plus h times 1 over h is what divided by h is. H's will cancel. F of x plus h minus f of x divided by h equals negative 17 over x times x plus h. All right, let's move on. This time f of x is equal to x over x plus 19, which makes f of x plus h equal to x plus h over x plus h plus 19. So when I subtract f of x plus h minus f of x plus h over x plus h plus 19 minus x over x plus 19 multiplied by x plus 19 over x plus 19, and over here by x plus h plus 19 over x plus h plus 19. That's f of x plus h minus f of x is equal to x squared plus 19x plus xh plus 19h minus x squared minus xh minus 19x all over x plus 19 times x plus h plus 19. X squared minus x squared is 0. Xh minus xh is 0. 19x minus 19x is 0. So f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. So negative 19 equals a positive 19h over x plus 19, x plus h plus 19 times 1 over h. H's will cancel. That's going to leave me with 19 over x plus 19 times x plus h plus 19. Go. Now we're going to switch to a different type of difference quotient for a bit, and we're going to talk about f of x minus f of a over x minus a. That's the second difference quotient you may have learned about in pre-calculus, you may not have. Usually we do 1 or 2 problems in pre-calc based off of this difference quotient. We're going to be using this one also quite a bit in calculus. So let's go ahead and look at this one. F of a is going to be 6 minus 2a. It's a squared. When I subtract this, change all my signs here. So I get f of x minus f of a is equal to negative 2x plus 2a plus a negative x squared plus a squared, like that. I know that I'm looking for x minus a to show up, so I'm going to do some factoring here. F of x minus f of a is equal to a negative 2 times x minus a minus x squared minus a squared. F of x minus f of a is equal to negative 2 times x minus a minus x plus a times x minus a. I see x minus a common. I'm going to factor it out. X minus a times negative 2 minus x plus a. F of x minus f of a over x minus a. The x minus a times, this can be negative 2 minus x minus a over x minus a. Those will cancel. F of x minus f of a over x minus a is a negative 2 minus x minus a. Give you just a second to look at that. And then we'll move on to the next one. F of x is equal to x cubed minus 18x. I already know that we're going to need to use this factoring technique in this one, so I'll write it for you now. And don't forget its partner, if we get plus, is this one. Those are difference of cubes and sum of cubes. I've already been using difference of squares that hopefully you remember as well. Those are three special factoring techniques that we're going to be using a lot here with these difference quotients. So if you have not already memorized those, go ahead and write those down. Start working on memorizing those. Let's get started here. F of A is going to be A cubed minus 18A. So when I subtract f of a, it's going to give me f of x minus f of a is going to be x cubed minus a cubed plus negative 18x plus 18a. So f of x minus f of a is going to be x minus a times x squared plus xa plus a squared minus 18 times x minus a. F of x minus f of a equals x minus a times x squared plus xa plus a squared minus 18. I guess I don't need brackets. I can just use parentheses there. Now let's divide by x minus a and cancel. F of x minus f of a over x minus a is going to be x squared plus xa plus a squared minus 18. Like that. And we'll move on to the next problem. We're about halfway done now. F of x is equal to a negative 6 over x squared. F of a is equal to negative 6 over a squared. So f of x minus f of a is equal to negative 6 over x squared plus 6 over a squared. Let's make a common denominator. F of x minus f of a is equal to negative 6a squared plus 6x squared over x squared a squared, which is the same thing as 6x squared minus 6a squared over x squared a squared. I'm going to factor out that 6. Squared minus a squared over x squared a squared, which is equal to 6 times x plus a times x minus a over x squared a squared. So now when we divide by x minus a, x minus a cancels. F of x minus f of a over x minus a is going to be equal to 6 times x plus a over x squared a squared. And this was 6x squared minus 6a squared over x squared a squared. That's the step right here. And then this is 6 times x plus a over x squared a squared. All right. Let's go ahead and keep going. F of x is equal to a negative 19 over x squared. F of a is going to be negative 19 over a squared change my signs and add f of x minus f of a. It's negative 19 over x squared plus 19 over a squared. That's going to be a negative 19a squared plus 19x squared over x squared a squared. So f of x minus f of a is equal to 19 x squared minus a squared over x squared a squared is equal to 19 times x plus a, x minus a over x squared a squared. When we divide by x minus a, x minus a, x minus a, these cancel. F of x minus f of a over x minus a is 19 times x plus a over x squared a squared. All right, let's keep going. So number 11 now, f of x is equal to 1 over x minus 3x squared. And f of a is going to be 1 over a minus 3a squared. And we're going to change our signs and add. F of x minus f of a is 1 over x minus 1 over a plus negative 3x squared plus 3a squared. I treat this like it's two little problems. Like this one's a rational function that I make a common denominator. This one's a polynomial where I'm going to do my factoring. So f of x minus f of a is going to be a minus x over xa minus 3 times x squared minus a squared. And I know I want x minus a, not a minus x there, so I'm going to factor out a negative 1 over xa minus 3 times x plus a, x minus a, and myself a little room there to divide by x minus a. It's a 1. So f of x minus f of a over x minus a is a negative 1 over xa minus 3x minus 3a. I think it's fine to leave it just like that. Your teacher may want you to make a common denominator, but I think that's fine. So let's go ahead and write that down. And move on to the next one. F of x is equal to 12 root x. So this is going to be a little different now. We're going to have to use the technique of rationalizing the numerator since this is a radical function. We have to do both techniques now. So let's start with f of x plus h minus f of x over h and get that up on the board and let you write it down. And then we'll clear the board and do it the other way. This is over 1 right now. I'm going to factor out a 12 here just because I know that factoring out that common factor is going to help me here. So this thing right here, I'm going to go back to this idea that I told you that the difference of squares was going to be important, and it's a plus b times a minus b. I've got the a minus b part. I want to multiply by the a plus b part, so I get a squared minus b squared. So I'm going to multiply by this thing called the conjugate pair. Like that. When I do that, I get x plus h minus x in the numerator. X plus h plus root x in the denominator. And I've rationalized my numerator. There's no more radicals in my numerator, which was my goal. All right, and now I'm ready to divide by h. Which is the same as multiplying by 1 over h. And that will be 12 over root x plus h plus root x. The only thing that's going to happen in second phase is this x plus h is going to get replaced with the letter a. Basically is what's going to happen. So we should expect to see something that looks like 12 over root a plus root x, or 12 over root x plus root a, like that, because the order kind of changes around in what we do. So we see them in the opposite order, but it's the same thing because of addition. So see if we don't get 12 over root x plus root a this time, because that's what we expect to get. So let's go ahead and write this down for the first one though. 12 over root x plus h plus root x is what goes in here. And let's clear this out and do the second half of the problem. F of x is equal to 12 root x. So f of a is equal to 12 root a. I'm going to subtract. F of x minus f of a is 12 root x minus 12 root a, which is 12 times root x minus root a. And we're going to rationalize that numerator. Smaller. Root x plus root a, root x plus root a. Using that same rule that we talked about here, the a plus b times a minus b is going to be a squared minus b squared. So f of x minus f of a is equal to 12 times x minus a over root x plus root a, and divide by x minus a, and we get f of x minus f of a over x minus a. It's going to be 12 over root x plus root a, just like we expected. So there we go. We've got more of these now, so let's keep going. F of x is equal to root 8 minus 13x. Again, I'm going to do the x plus h1 first and then do the f of a1 second, like they're two problems. So f of x plus h is root 8 minus 13x minus 13h. When I subtract the original, I get f of x plus h minus f of x is root 8 minus 13x minus 13h minus root 8 minus 13x over 1, and I need to multiply by the conjugate. I don't really have a lot of space to write that out, but I hope that you understand what I'm about to write here is going to be multiplication by the conjugate, that I'm going to square this minus, and I'm going to square this. I'm going to multiply in the bottom by this same thing, but change that sign. Okay. And this is going to be f of x plus h minus f of x is going to be 8 minus 13x minus 13h minus 8 plus 13x over root 8 minus 13x minus 13h plus root 8 minus 13x. 8 minus 8 is 0. Negative 13x plus 13x is 0. Let's divide by h. We're going to have f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h is equal to negative 13h over root 8 minus 13x minus 13h plus root 8 minus 13x times 1 over h. H's will cancel, and I'll get a final answer here of f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h is equal to a negative 13 over root 8 minus 13x minus 13h plus root 8 minus 13x. Now these may look like they're doing exactly the same thing, but I promise you that these difference quotients actually do slightly different things for us in calculus, so it's important that you know both of them. One of them will give us an answer that's a function of x when we're done with it, and the other one will give us a numerical answer when we're done with it. So let's go ahead and clear this. X, f of a is 8 minus 13a. I'm going to subtract f of x minus f of a equals we're going to multiply by the conjugate there. Going to be 8 minus 13x minus 8 minus 13a over root 8 minus 13x plus root 8 minus 13a. It's going to be f of x minus f of a. It's going to be 8 minus 13x minus 8 plus 13a over root 8 minus 13x plus root 8 minus 13a. 8 minus 8 is 0. We want to make an x minus a show up, so we're going to factor out that negative 13. 8 minus 13x plus root 8 minus 13a. So f of x minus f of a over x minus a is going to be negative 13 x minus a over root 8 minus 13x plus root 8 minus 13a times 1 over x minus a is going to be f of x minus f of a over x minus a is a negative 13 over root 8 minus 13x plus root 8 minus 13a. And you may have guessed that already based off of what I told you previously, that was how this was going to come out. But it came out just how I expected it. 8 minus 13x plus root 8 minus 13a. So there we go. Now this one's going to be trickier to figure out just looking at the answer for the first part, what the second part is going to come out to. But it still does work that I can replace all the x plus h's with a's. All right, let's clear this. If f of x is going to be negative 12 over the square root of 3x, then let's do the f of x plus h part first. X plus h is negative 12 over root 3 times x plus h, which is negative 12 over root 3 times root x plus h, like that. And so that's f of x plus h minus f of x is going to be equal to a negative 12 over root 3 times root x plus h minus the original. So minus a negative is a positive. This is root 3 times root x, like that. So the root 3 is common. I only need to multiply here by root x over root x, and here by root x plus h over root x plus h to make a common denominator. So this is going to be f of x plus h minus f of x is going to be a negative 12 root x plus 12 root x plus h over root 3 times root x is root 3x times root x plus h. And I still don't have everything I need. I need to factor out that negative 12 times root x minus root x plus h. Now I need to multiply by the conjugate of this part, root x plus h, root x plus root x plus h. So f of x plus h minus f of x will be a negative 12 times x minus x plus h over root 3x times root x plus h. I actually could put that in there with it because they're all under the root sign, but this one needs to be different. If it's a sum of roots, can't put it together with the others like that. So I can write that there. Let's move this up here. Do a little bit of simplification. This is going to be root f of x plus h minus f of x. So negative 12 times x minus h over root, I want to call this 3x squared plus 3xh, we can, times root x plus h. Doesn't really help me to multiply that out. I'll just leave it factored. But if you don't like seeing the parentheses and want to get rid of them, go for it. So this is 0. Negative 12 times a negative h is a positive 12h. Root 3x times x plus h times root x plus h. I'm ready to divide by h now. H's will go away. F of x plus h minus f of x divided by h is going to be a positive 12 over root 3x times x plus h times root x plus h. There's a lot going on that problem on purpose. This is one of the last problems in the problem set. Okay. And let's see here if I missed anything. So multiplied by x, negative h, canceled, looks good. All right. So let's clear the canvas. I'm going to tell you that I expect, because I left all the x plus h's factored there, I expect this answer to be 12 over root 3xa times root x plus root a. That's why I left all the x plus h's there, but that's what I expect to see when we're done with the second part. Let's see if that's what we get. So f of x is equal to a negative 12 over root 3x. F of a is equal to negative 12 over root 3a. And we're going to change our signs and add. So f of x minus f of a is going to be a negative 12 over root 3x plus 12 over root 3a. Again, I want you to think of that root 3 as separate from, well, it doesn't really matter quite as much here. I'm going to multiply by root a over root a in this first one. I'm going to multiply by root x over root x here. And I'm going to get root 3xa as my common denominator. So this is going to be 12 root x is the positive part, minus 12 root a, there's my negative part, over root 3xa. Factor that 12 out. Root x minus root a over root 3xa. Multiply by the conjugate of the top, it's going to be root x plus root a. So we're going to multiply by top and bottom to rationalize the numerator. So f of x minus f of a is going to be 12 times x minus a over root 3xa times root x plus root a divided by x minus a times 1 over x minus a, f of x minus f of a over x minus a. It's going to be 12 over root 3xa times root x plus root a, just like we expected. Look at that right there. It's exactly what we said we thought it was going to be. Root 3xa times root x plus root a. And that's why I left everything factored this way, so the x plus h's, I could replace them with a's quickly and check and see if what I thought was going to happen is what actually happened. Ooh, now this one looks a little harder still, but then we get a couple easier ones to wrap up with that are extra problems that aren't even directly from the textbook. They're just in the online portion. So f of x is equal to the square root of x squared minus 15. Let's do f of x plus h stuff first. We already know that x plus h squared, we've talked about it as x squared plus 2xh plus h squared. And that's going to be minus 15. Do I want to write it that way? No, I want to write it this way. X plus h squared minus 15, like that. Okay, so when I subtract now, f of x plus h minus f of x, I get root x plus h squared minus 15 minus root x squared minus 15. That's over 1. I'm going to have to multiply by the conjugate. Again, I'm not sure I have space to write it over here. Well, I can zoom out a little bit so I can write it. Go ahead and do that. So this is going to be root x plus h squared minus 15 plus root x squared minus 15 over root x plus h squared minus 15 plus root x squared minus 15. So f of x plus h minus f of x is going to be x plus h squared minus 15 minus x squared minus 15 over root x plus h squared minus 15 plus root x squared plus 15. So in the numerator, I do want to simplify some. I just wanted to leave this x plus h squared part in the denominator. Like we were talking about, the more x plus h's we can see, the easier it is to guess what's going to happen in the second step. So, but I need to simplify this so that I get an h in the numerator. So this is going to be x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 15 minus x squared plus 15 over root x plus h squared minus 15 plus root x squared plus 15. And x squared minus x squared is 0. 15 minus 15 is 0. So f of x plus h minus f of x is an h times a 2x plus h in my numerator over a x plus h quantity squared minus 15 plus a root x squared minus 15, that. And this is going to be over h times 1 over h. H's will cancel and will leave me with f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h is equal to 2x plus h over root x plus h squared minus 15 over plus root x squared minus 15. And this is the right way to write this answer. But I'm going to show you how to change that into something, and we actually might want to expand all that, might not, depends how your teacher wants it. But I'm just going to show you that this is a x plus an x plus h up here is what that 2x plus h is. So that tells me that I expect my answer for part B to be x plus a over root x squared minus 15 plus root a squared minus 15. Or this is my a squared. I expect my x squared part to show up before my a squared part. So let's just see if that's what we get. I think we're going to get x plus a over root x squared. Sorry, that's minus 15. Yeah, I said minus 15, didn't I? Minus 15 plus root a squared minus 15. Minus signs down here. Yep. Okay, let's see if that's what we get when we do our second part. So f of x is equal to root x squared minus 15. So f of a is equal to root a squared minus 15. So subtract f of x minus f of a. It's going to be root x squared minus 15 minus root a squared minus 15. Multiply by the conjugate, x squared minus 15 plus root a squared minus 15, x squared minus 15 plus root a squared minus 15. It's going to be f of x minus f of a is x squared minus 15 minus a squared minus 15 over root x squared minus 15 plus root a squared minus 15. F of x minus f of a is x squared minus 15 minus a squared plus 15 over root x squared minus 15 plus root a squared minus 15. F of x minus f of a is going to be x squared minus a squared over root x squared minus 15 plus root a squared minus 15. Be x plus a times x minus a over root x squared minus 15 plus root a squared minus 15. It's time now to divide by x minus a. That leaves me with x plus a over root x squared minus 15 plus root a squared minus 15. Just like we said we expected. So that's going to be that answer. That's going to be that answer. Give you a second to look at that. And we're going to wrap up with a couple of easy ones here. So this one's going to be linear. You should be able to look at it and tell me what the answer is. But we're going to go ahead and do the process anyways. F of x is equal to 3 minus 2x. F of x plus h is equal to 3 minus 2 times x plus h. It's 3 minus 2x minus 2h. Subtract my original. Subtract 3, add 2x. Get the f of x plus h minus f of x is equal to a negative 2h divided by h divided by h. Our answer is a negative 2, just like we expected, because that's the slope of that line. Should have enough space to do both parts here together. So f of x is equal to 3 minus 2x. F of a is equal to 3 minus 2a. Change my signs and add. F of x minus f of a is equal to negative 2x plus 2a, which is equal to a negative 2 times x minus a. Divide by x minus a, divide by x minus a, divide by x minus a. And that's going to give me a negative 2. All right, last problem coming your way right now is f of x is equal to 5 over x plus 9. And again, we're going to do it two different ways. So f of x plus h equals 5 over x plus h plus 9. And f of x plus h minus f of x is 5 over x plus h plus 9 minus 5 over x plus 9. And we need to make a common denominator. 5 times x plus 9 minus 5 times x plus h plus 9 over x plus 9 times x plus h plus 9. Give me f of x plus h minus f of x is 5x plus 45 minus 5x minus 5h minus 45 over x plus 9 times x plus h plus 9. 5x minus 5x is 0. 45 minus 45 is 0. F of x plus h minus f of x is negative 5h over x plus 9 times x plus h plus 9. And let's divide by h times 1 over h. H's will cancel and give me negative 5 over x plus 9 times x plus h plus 9. All right, so that's this first one, negative 5 over x plus 9 times x plus h plus 9. I bet you know to expect that our answer is going to be negative 5 over x plus 9 times a plus 9 for the second part, because that x plus h right there is going to get replaced with an a. But let's see what we get. I think we're going to get this. Let's see if we're right, okay? So f of x is equal to 5 over x minus 9. I'm sorry, x plus 9. And f of a is going to be 5 over a plus 9. Change my signs and add. F of x minus f of a is 5 over x plus 9 minus 5 over a plus 9. F of x minus f of a is 5 times a plus 9 minus 5 times x plus 9 over x plus 9 times a plus 9. F of x minus f of a is 5a plus 45 minus 5x minus 45 over x plus 9, a plus 9, and 45 minus 45 will zero out. F of x minus f of a. I know I want to get an x minus a to show up, so I'm going to factor out that negative 5. Time to divide by x minus a. That's going to give me a negative 5 over x plus 9 times a plus 9. Look at that. That's exactly what we said we should get. That's it for this video. We'll come back next time and we will talk about 1.1 Objective 7. See you for the next video.